Hi, it's Pastor Andy with our Friday preview this week, and we are going to continue our series. We are done, I believe, we're done with all of the on again, off again, which has been great within the life of our church over this past month plus, really, in celebrating Mel and his time as a deacon, in having the youth lead us, and the good job that Cohen did, and then that afternoon on the 30th, ordaining Rick Sons to the gospel ministry, and then last week, having our commissioning service, my commissioning service, but Susan is certainly a part of that, and kind of being able to say goodbye in some ways, even though we are here for a few more weeks. But now, as we go through these last few weeks together of our time in Fairfax, we are going to continue and conclude eventually this series on Unsung Heroes. And this week we're going to look at two women. The title of the sermon is The Role of a Woman. We have looked at the role of a nobody, we've looked at the role of an outcast, and now we're going to look at the role of a woman. And these two women, both ironically, just as it happens to be, both of their names start with the letter H. The first one, probably a little bit more well-known, and even when I say her name, you might say, well, I can kind of see why you might see her as an unsung hero, that being Hannah from 1 Samuel, the mother of Samuel, but you might not think about why. You might not have the same rationale as to why I think she's an unsung hero. You might, but you might not. The other one is much more obscure. Some will know her, but not very many. She was a prophet. Her name was Huldah, and we find her as a prophet during the time of Josiah, King Josiah, in 2 Kings chapter 22, and also it's found in a passage in 2 Chronicles, the same story, and the same 7 verses. Again, another person that we know very little about, but I'll make the argument in the sermon this week that she definitely deserves to be an unsung hero. So Hannah and Huldah, two women, great servants of the Lord. We don't know much about either of them other than that. Both unsung heroes, and perhaps that's exactly what you need to hear. Perhaps you're that person. Nobody knows you, thinking nobody cares, but you're doing something for God. Or maybe you want to do something for God. Let these two women and their stories and the message on Sunday be an encouragement and perhaps a challenge so that you might also be an unsung hero.